It's not signing day just yet, but it feels like it for Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs, who add another commitment today, the day before the early signing day period starts. And this time it's five-star cornerback Daylen Everette, one of the top cornerback prospects in the country. 6'1", 185 pounds. He's got size, he's got length, he's got ball skills. Had 11 interceptions as a sophomore playing in Virginia before moving down to Bradenton, Florida, playing at IMG Academy where he's been the last 2 years. But this guy he's got a combination of ball skills and length and size that you just don't see very often. He's not a burner, but he's fast enough to stay with faster, longer receivers on the outside. He's tough. He's physical. He already looks like a veteran SEC defensive back out there. So he's got the size. He's physically imposing. I mean, he kind of looks like how you want to draw it up as a big-time cornerback prospect. And this is a guy who committed to Clemson over Georgia back in July. Of course, Brent Venables leaves Clemson to go be the head coach at Oklahoma. Daylen Everette obviously opened up his recruitment, started looking at other options, and Georgia's been there the entire time. They've recruited him heavily since the very beginning. This is exactly the type of kid that they want at cornerback. So he's been a longtime Georgia target. They've had an established relationship with Everett and his family. And once he opened things up from Clemson, things really started to pick up towards Georgia's way. He did take an official visit to Alabama this past weekend. I heard things went well, but I also was told that Georgia has made him more of a priority than Alabama had. They were pushing for him more than Alabama had, and he's really bought into the system at Georgia. Again, he's familiar with the staff. He's been on visits to Georgia before. He gets it. He understands what they're doing, and it's crazy what they're doing. I say it's crazy. It's not really crazy, but Georgia just lost their defensive coordinator to be the head coach at Oregon. And they're still bringing in five stars and trending for elite defensive players, even without their defensive coordinator that just left. We're not seeing that at places like Florida and Clemson, who lose their coordinators and things, drop off the deep end and then they get worse really, really quick. Clemson lost just about everyone. Florida's losing just about everyone. And they've had more than one coordinator change. Of course, Florida's going through a head coaching change where they're basically got a whole new staff. But the fact that remains the same. Kirby Smart and his staff are elite recruiters. They're pulling this off. When they go after a kid hard, more often than not, they get him. And they did today with five-star cornerback Daylen Everette. Thought he might announce and sign tomorrow morning. He is going to sign tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., but he decided to pull the trigger and make a verbal commitment today, a day before signing day. This gives Georgia 3 commitments in the 2022 class in the last 2 days. There's not a lot of programs who can lead up to signing day and finish strong like the Bulldogs. So these are 3 guys that I thought could make their decision on signing day. They all decided to do it a day sooner. And that's just how Kirby rolls. He wants some momentum leading up to a signing day where he thinks he's going to close strong. I believe he will because he has every single year basically so far. So very busy time, very good times if you're a Georgia fan. And the secondary, again, is just absolutely loaded. 5-star cornerback Daylen Everette, 6'1", 185 pounds, like I said earlier. Jaheim Singletary, 5-star cornerback, long, lean, athletic, another guy who can play the ball like a receiver. Excellent hands and ball skills. He's like 6'2", 175, 180. Long, athletic quarterbacks. Marquise Groves-Killebrew, super athlete who plays, some receiver, some, returns some kicks from North Cobb. Another, over 6 foot, I believe, type of long athletic cornerback. Julian Humphrey, another guy over 6 feet tall, one of the top cornerbacks in Texas. He probably has as much upside as anyone, still learning, still developing, but he's got all the natural instincts, the footwork. He's a pretty fast kid too. Ja'Cory Thomas at safety, versatile guy. He can play that star role. Another guy who plays a lot of wide receiver, got great ball skills as well. And he's about 6'1", about 190 pounds, another physical guy who can help against the run. So he'll play that 5th kind of nickel, star position at Georgia. Then, of course, Malachi Starks, one of the highest rated kids in this elite class, 6'1", 200 pounds. You don't find a lot of guys who are as elite at him, as he is at his size. He's so fast for someone 200 pounds. Deadly with the ball in his hands. He's a guy who I could see playing some receiver in Athens if they needed him to be, but he checks all the boxes as a defender. He's got range. He can come down and hit. He runs hard. He's just a dynamic athlete who just does good things. He's always in the right spot, making a play. So on paper, this is one of the best defensive back classes you'll ever find for any program, I think, and it could get even better tomorrow if they land 5-star safety Kamari Wilson, one of the top safety prospects in the country, another IMG kid. He's a guy that's been trending towards Georgia for a long, long time now. If you've been on Dog Post, you know that I've written for months and months now that I think Kamari Wilson is going to end up at Georgia. And another dude who likes to hit, who has SEC size already. It's crazy, how some of these high school kids look at this age. They already look like SEC defenders in this Georgia secondary that they're bringing in. Could not really get a whole lot better. If you look at it from a star ranking, a size ranking, athleticism, they all have ball skills. This is a tremendous, tremendous group. And the 2023 defensive back class, they're already on a good start there. So Kirby wants to win with defense. We know that still. That's always going to be his mantra. He's a defensive backs, specialist. That's what he played. He's always going to bring in defensive backs. But eventually they're going to have to hold Alabama to under 40 points in an SEC championship game. But that's not what this video is about. They may have actually in 2018. I don't really remember the score of that one. But no, these guys are dudes. These guys are ball hawks. And Daylen Everette is one of the best cornerback prospects in the country. He chose Clemson over Georgia back in the summer. He chose Georgia over Alabama today. And he's going to sign with the Bulldogs. 5-star, one of the top 30 players in the country. Just an elite prospect. Checks all the boxes. This is a massive, massive gift for Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs, who are just absolutely rolling right now into signing day. And I think they have another big day tomorrow, the first day of the early signing day period. Guys, thanks for watching this video. As always, stay tuned to the next one coming up right now, and I'll see you over on the website.